Hi, Bonitas. I am so excited to introduce you to DR's favorite content creator here, Glency Feliz, who I had the pleasure of meeting a few years ago before I kicked off the Bonita project. And she is like the go-to fashionista. She's fabulous, mind you. If you don't follow her on Instagram, you should, because I get very inspired with all her fashion photos. She's a mom of two. She just recently had a child, which we can get into more, but I can't wait for you guys to meet her. So Glency, thank you for giving us the time to chat.
Thank you so much. I'm honored, and it's always so nice to catch up. And I'm so happy you're in DR.
Yes, I'm in
beautiful
DR.
Island.
I came for literally 5 days. I did it like in a whirlwind, and I wanted to take advantage of this trip and also to connect with other bonitas in the DR and showcase them, highlight them. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the beautiful bonitas that make up this beautiful country, this beautiful island. And Glency, I know you've been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
I had to do my research, so I was like, let me see what I can, I have to do my research beforehand. But for those that don't know you, and I mean, for me too, because I want to also get some perspective. How did you get into the world of fashion? Because that's your world.
Yeah,
you are
definitely
in the world of fashion, so I'm curious to know when did that spark?
Well, that started when I was very young. I remember we used to go to parties, and I used to take my girls and, draw the pants, the dresses, and we would actually get them made and wait for them. Yocasta, she is like my right hand, and she would just do our pants and then we'd go to the party. So that's how it started. Well, I was very small, and I took my mom's bedding and I made a little dress, and she was like, well, how can you do that? But I don't know, it was very natural to me. And then I started in Dominican Republic. I started in TV, and then people would always, after the show, they would be like, oh, I love your outfit. I'm like, well, okay, thank you. You listened to nothing, not one word that I said in the TV show, because I was like, oh, I want to be Oprah. I want to be Christina. And everybody was so focused on my clothes, and I was focused on being somebody else. And then once I realized, I was like, you know what? It's good that people actually recognize my clothes and actually recognize what I'm wearing. And then I decided to embrace that, and that's when it started.
I feel like when you have el ojo for those kind of things, to pull pieces together, like you have to have a special eye for that. Like I try, but it's not.
You look amazing.
Well,
I would wear that in a blink.
But I got inspired because of a Zara mannequin. I was like, oh, she has okay, let me just get what the whole mannequin has. But I'm saying, like I'm telling you, you always pull together some amazing outfits, which again, like I love them all. And that's awesome. So what was considered like your first like break like into the fashion world? Like what was like your first big moment, memorable moment?
I think it was actually it was when I opened Mecca. It's my store, which is now in the States. And this started because I went to Miami and I blasted my mom's credit card to get by. Like, what's wrong with you, girl? And mom was like, no, you're not a little rich girl. You're gonna work for that girl. You're gonna pay every cent. So I took all the clothes and I sold it to my friends. And I was sold out in 24 hours. So I was like, I could take this money, because I made it twice of what I wasted. I can take this money, I'll go back to Miami and I'll go buy more clothes. So that's how it started. Like, that's how Mecca started, and it began in my trunk. I would go to college with my luggage, and I would sell it to my girls. I'm sorry, Pucamaima. They were like, you can't sell clothes here inside the facility. And that's like when it all started. I then started a TV show, and that helped me a lot. And then that went. I went bankrupt with the TV show, so I only had my clothing store that could support me. So it went from the trunk to a room in my house, and then I opened this little space, a little physical store, and then I started doing collections. I would do skirts, I would do dresses with my brand, and that was amazing. That was so cool to have the support of so many people. That's how it started, and then Instagram started there.
And that's how so then you blew up with Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram was a blessing, because I was literally broke. I had just come from a huge bankruptcy. Like, all my savings, I would use whatever I would make in Mecca to pay for the production, to pay for edition. It was for editing, sorry. it was really like really challenging. And then I had my baby. I was pregnant, and then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna share my outfits, whatever I'm wearing. And I had like 3 followers. Probably 2 of them were my friends or family. And that's how it started. Like I shared my outfit one day, and then they were like, "Oh, what are you wearing today, Glency?" And I would just snap it in a horrible collage,
Look at that.
like
Look at
on
that.
a mirror. And then that became a snowball, and I did that for 365 days. Every day I would post.
Every day you would post an outfit of the day.
What I was wearing, exactly what I was wearing. And that's how I grew in social media.
Look at that. No,
The look of the day.
Instagram is definitely a blessing.
A blessing.
If you know how to take advantage of it, it's
Yeah.
definitely like the right way. I mean, yeah, you did it the right way. And okay, talk to us a little bit about Mecca. So I remember, you know, you always promoting Mecca, and I know now that you moved it to Miami.
Yeah.
And how is that, like, why the transition?
Well, I started here, and I'm so grateful for the community, for the Dominican community, my girls, mis mujeres venga. I would be literally on the mirror, and I was like, mujeres venga, come and buy. I need to pay my credit card. Like, I was always very open about my situation, or I'd be like, girls, I overbought, you know, I have overstock, I need you to come and buy. And I don't know, I guess girls related to my hustle. And after that, I started to grow when I had the opportunity to start creating content and get my opportunity in Univision, which was great. My community started to grow in the States, and then I started to see that the orders were growing every day from the States. And I was like, this is interesting. There's something here. And then little by little, I was like, it started like probably with 2 orders, and then it was 30% of my sales. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, what am I doing? Like, I should really try and see if there's a business with this. And that's when I decided to go to Miami. We opened, well, it was in my apartment, like boxes like everywhere. And it was amazing because, first of all, we all know that people are like, online is the future. It's not the future, it's the present. Like we know it after 2020.
Right.
And it was so cool. Like the first time I saw an order from Ukraine. Like we were like, oh my God.
That's it. You made it worldwide, baby. You are Mrs. Glency Worldwide. Okay.
So
okay.
it's been very, very cool. It is challenging, you know. There were days that we were like, okay, we haven't sold $1, but you know, God always has our back, and we grew little by little.
I have a question for you. So since, you know, fashion. Okay, let's chat fashion. How does the world of fashion from DR differentiate with the fashion in Miami or in the US in general? Like, I'm sure there's similarities, but are there also differences that you see?
I think Dominicans, I think Latins in general, but let's talk about my Dominican girls. We're very coquetas, we're very bonitas. We're very like, to go to the supermarket, like we're like, you know,
yeah, look head
on
to toe
fleek.
cute.
Yeah, so I think that's probably a difference. In the States, a little bit more relaxed. Like it's very rare. Maybe now after 2020, you can see somebody in their joggers and sneakers and sweatpants, you know, like all that in the supermarket. That's not very normal here, you know? It's not that it's bad, it's just over here, it's different. It's like
to go outdoors, you have to be super dolled
yeah,
up.
you know, it's something they since you're small, they're like, tienes que estar bien puesta. You have to, you know, always bien puesta, always iron, planchadita, que la camisa se pare sola, like that type of things. So that's the difference, I think. It's maybe a little bit more relaxed in the States, but we are definitely influenced by American culture, North American culture, and a lot of European culture over here. A lot.
And let's talk about diseñadoras, because I know right now there's been a boom of Latin American designers, and everybody is not. I think we see this more in Miami, like a lot of Miami women, because, you know, we're connected, we're right there. They're already purchasing and supporting Latin American designers. So I want to hear from you if there are any Dominican designers that we should be aware about, that we should be following.
There's a lot. Let me tell you something that over here, something that we have used as a reference is Colombia. Like, you know, they're doing amazing in the fashion industry. I love that they're actually consuming everything that they're making, which is great. I had the opportunity for them to invite me to one of their ferias, like Colombia. It was Colombia Moda. I know it's like the other one, Plataforma K. It's the one in Barranquilla.
Okay.
And it was amazing. They actually invited different content creators from different countries so we can see the experience. And we were like in awe, like, oh my God, it's so amazing. So it definitely now with all this movement of shopping local, of actually embracing who we are and trying to uplift our country and our designers, there's a lot over here. We have Oriel Dominic, that she has the opportunity to have a Gwen Stefani, a Kendall Jenner, they've used her designs. We have Maile Vasquez, which is a great, also she's young and I love her style. And we have Jenny Polanco, which is a staple over here. She passed away, but her style will live forever. So, there's no way you can speak without saying her name. And there's like so many, Jacqueline thing. Well, we have to talk about La Maestra, which has dressed everybody. Janine Assad, everybody from J-Lo to I don't know.
There's so many. There's so many. That's
there's
amazing.
a lot of amazing women. Sorry if I missed somebody.
No.
But there's a lot, and a lot of new environment eco-friendly designers that are popping up.
Mm-hmm. What would you say is like a staple item for in Dominican fashion right now, or like for the women of today? Like, what is there like a specific staple right now that you?
I think we're very white shirts, like camisa blanca. We use a white shirt for the beach, a cover up. We use a white shirt with a ruffled skirt. We use a white shirt with some jeans. That's like very a staple of us, like that white, shirt, for sure.
And what are your future plans, I guess, with your store? Anything that we should maybe that you want to unveil now, or maybe we want to tease it up until?
Well, Mecca is having because the pandemic isn't enough. I decided in 2020, pregnant, having a kid, like freaking COVID everywhere. I decided to change the concept of Mecca, and after 13 years with my store, we're changing the whole concept.
Ooh,
we're working more as a brand, and I'm very now a little bit more conscious of, I love fashion, don't get me wrong, but something that has always been with my heart is the environment. And I believe that you don't need to have, if you go into my closet, you would think everybody's like, your closet is huge. It's not huge. It's not. I love basics. I love to, people know that I'm like an advocate of repeating, of wearing your clothes over and over like this. I've worn it a whole bunch of times. So we're trying to put that concept in Mecca now, and we're super excited for the new concept, which I think we'll have it ready in 2 months. Ooh. And we're changing completely that, only having working with fast fashion, but it's going to be a little bit more curated. So we're excited about that.
Well, that's amazing. Keep us posted. I'd love to support you and promote it as well. That's such good news. You always have to rebrand, right? I think that's part of, with PR too, how do you rebrand your clients? So that's definitely very important.
It was hard. It was hard because after 13 years, you're like, I'm comfortable, Right. But then I was like, sometimes I would wear things and it would be like, we would have to be, okay, we're out of stock and this. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not enjoying this as much as I used to. I would have pieces that I would be like, Glency is Mecca is an extension of Glency. I don't want to wear that. So I decided it's not only about winning money, it's about actually feeling comfortable in what you're doing. And that's when I sat down, I was like, we're changing. Everyone's like, what do you mean? I'm like, yeah, we're just gonna change the concept. After 13 years, I'm like, yeah, we are.
No, that's important though. I'm telling you, you always have to do a rebrand, a refresh. It's like a restart button.
Yeah.
And going into some of the last questions now, we're gonna really hone in on your Dominican culture, because I know we're doing this in celebration of the 27th. So how do you infuse your Dominican culture into your personal brand and also your store? Is there anything, any touch that you do.
Oh, of course, I'm
Yes.
super loud.
I know. I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Yeah. Okay.
Of course, I think I'm very loud.
Uh-huh.
I'm very honest. They say Dominicanos don't have pelo en la lengua. Like we can't. I don't know how
You
to.
don't have a hair in the tongue. Right?
Yeah, like we're very clear. Like with that mujer venga would be like, mujer venga, I'm broke, come and buy. Like, like that type of things. I've always left like very clear that I'm Dominican, that I'm moving Mecca because I want to keep on growing it, and I want people to say, you know what, I have this in my closet, and this is from a Dominican loud girl. Like this is what I want to do in my social media. Like some people are like, you're always mixing English and Spanish. I'm like, yeah, because I want to keep on growing in the American community, North American community, and the world, and I want them to know it's a Dominican. I'm very, very proud Dominican. And that you can see it also in my social media, in my store. Like when you get like a little thank you gift, and I have a little banderita, like like those
so
type
sweet.
of things.
Okay, no, that's amazing. I love to hear that. And what you said, you're very proud Dominican. That makes you so proud.
I think it's like, look, I get goosebumps. I think it's like the point that every country has its beautiful things and the things that make it special. But us as Dominicans, it's like when you're about to land on the plane. When you land on the plane, it's like a feeling, it's in your stomach. We clap. I've had pilots say, they get, where's my aplausos? Like they're so used to it. It's like, we're loud, we're happy. Like literally we can be like with pandemic, it was hard, and we were happy. It's not like we're always happy like Barney, but we're people that we see the cup half full, and maybe we're like too friendly because we're like, oh, like kissing and hugging. But I love that about my country. I love that. I'm very grateful for my parents, because in my case, since I live in the States, like they were like always like, no, I want you to know the Dominican culture. I want you to know where you're from. And for me, that was very important. I'm very proud of this beautiful country, and I'm proud that God chose me to be from here.
I love this answer. Wow, you really spoke from
I
the
am
heart.
very Dominican.
I felt it. And now as a mommy of two, I know you have a 3-month child. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any tips that you would have for like a working mom who is like, you are the hustler of it all. I saw your LinkedIn profile. I saw that you are the hustling things at Mecca. What advice do you have for moms that
do what works for you? We're always so worried about society, how to be the perfect mom. There's no perfect mom. One day I'm 80. This was a friend of mine that gave me this advice, Paola Romero, love you. And she said, you know what, Glency, one day you're 80% a content creator, you're 20% a mom. The other day you're 50% a mom, and you're 50%, you have to juggle with it. And we have to stop being so hard on ourselves. Like sometimes I'm so like, oh my God, I haven't seen my baby today. Like, girl, take a grip. Put your big panties on and do what you gotta do. I believe in quality over quantity, and I work around it. You know what? Why? Because I love what I do. And if I stop doing what I love, I'm not gonna be a happy person. And happy mom, happy kid. Like definitely happy mom, happy kids. And for me, this is what I love to do. And it does take time, it does take sacrifice, but I don't imagine my life another way. And my kids just came into my life. It's not my fault. They gotta adapt. They gotta go around me. So that's what I do. I try to do my best. I'm not a perfect mom. I have tons of things I have to work around, and I try to do the best I can, and with a lot of love. I think love is, it's maybe a cliche, love is the answer, but it is.
Yeah, but also understanding and realizing your imperfections.
Yeah, and trying to learn. Like when you're curious about something on social media, you look it up or you take a course. Well, I try to do the same things with mom, like how's the correct way to tell your kid, please do not use a crayon on the wall, Yeah. In our time, mira muchacho diablo, now, no, you can't do that. Before we were survived with food, now it's like everything is. So I try to work around it, but my kids, they have to adapt to me.
So one last question before we play. We're gonna play a this or that.
Oh, okay, I like it.
So we have, as I told you earlier, we have some students that follow us. We have some aspiring fashion bloggers. I know who you are, and some bonitas that want to do what you do. You know, I have a lot of young girls that follow us. So what is your piece of advice that you would want to give these bonitas that want to enter the fashion world? Like something that may have worked for you, anything that you want to share?
Start now. Be you. Don't wait for a nice camera. Don't wait for a great photographer. Don't wait for a good filmmaker. Sorry, Victor. Yeah, wait for Victor. Just start. Just begin. I started with my cell phone. Literally, I was in a really bad moment. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make the best of it. And inspiration is great, but there's nothing better than being you. Just be yourself. You're going to make mistakes. I have a friend that, I don't know if it's a quote of somebody, sorry for my ignorance, but she tells me, Patricia Peña, she says, Glency, you have to be ashamed of your work you did a year ago. You know,
have to be.
Like you have to keep improving, and that's about it. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have to work on things, but the only way that you're gonna know where you are or how you can do it better is doing it, having this as an example so you can measure things. You can't better anything. You can't make anything better that you don't measure. So it's just, you know, start right now, right now, like right now. Post a video.
Now is the time. Glency, well, thank you for all these amazing responses in this conversation. Okay, so let's play a this and that game.
Okay.
Play it with Yael too, so we're gonna play a little fun game.
I'm excited.
So the first question is, merengue or bachata?
Ay, Dios mío, that's a hard one.
What you mean? You gotta pick one. I had to say this
Merengue
question.
bachata. Oh my God, can't we have the best of both worlds? Okay, merengue.
Okay, so that's gonna go on to my next question because I don't know. Anthony Santos or Romeo Santos?
Oh, Romeo Santos! Sorry, Anthony. Romeo Santos. I'm such a fan.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
Mango or sancocho?
Ay, Dios mío, it's so hard. What are you doing? I love this. Oh my God. This is so hard. Like, my Dominicans, you know how hard this is, right? Mango.
Mango.
I love mango.
Okay. High heels or flat shoes?
High heels.
Okay, high heels.
For sure. 4 or 6 inches.
Okay, yes, I always see you in heels. Swimwear or evening wear?
It depends.
No. You gotta pick one or the other.
Okay. Evening wear.
Evening wear.
Yeah. Right now.
Evening wear. Okay. Full glam or natural glam?
Natural glam.
Natural glam.
Yeah.
And okay, I think that's it.
No. Swimwear. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take that back.
You're gonna take that back. I always see you in swimwear. Yes.
And then it's like, you know, like right now, I have to admit, I'm not in my body size, so it's like, oh my God, this is my clothes doesn't fit. So I'm going through that transition because of the baby and because I ate so much in Diciembre, a lot of mango sancocho. So no, but it has to be somewhere because the beach is my happy place.
Oh, okay. Okay, so now my last question, it's going to be a beachy question with my basic beachy knowledge of the DR, but we're going to go with either one or the other. So we're going to go with Punta Cana or Samaná, because I know you mentioned.
Oh my God, that's a hard one there too. That's like almost like merengue and bachata. They're so beautiful. I love Punta Cana. Punta Cana is beautiful. Look, I'm even crying. This is because I haven't been in my eye. But Samaná, I was just telling you guys a while ago, I told my husband, like, I wish God could give us the opportunity to buy a little piece of land in Samaná. I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
So I'm going to have to go there next.
Yeah.
Glency, thank you so much again for this fun conversation. You honestly, it was the cherry on top to my trip. It really was. So thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming to visit my beautiful country, which is half your country too. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that later.
Another time, but no, I feel everybody has been so welcoming, very nice. The Uber driver is very nice. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been such a pleasant experience. So DR, you're amazing, and I'll see you soon.
Thank you for coming and highlighting my beautiful country.
Yes, feliz 27 de febrero, right? Yes.
Thank you.